All right, all right. All right, all right. All right, all right. Uh-oh. I guess I do have a microphone working, but I'm not certain which one it is. Well, anyway, we've got another 3 minutes or so to go before I go ahead and switch the scenes over. And I'm going to go ahead and start up Fusion and go look around Fusion. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to bring it up, but anyway, we'll see here in a second. And I know I said Fusion. I'm going to also bring up Lightburn too. So maybe I get both of them running. It's weird. I kind of lose my YouTube video, and I'm not really certain why. It just keeps going out. It just keeps getting interrupted. Wonder if I'm getting hit with something. I hope not. Let's see, Fusion I think came up. Yeah, Fusion I'm going to bring up. Oh, yeah, Lightburn's there too. And I'm going to bring up the Lady Washington stuff. I know you can't see this, but I'm getting it ready beforehand. Stern, frame, horizontals. Okay, I keep losing my YouTube. I'm going to switch over to Edge. No, not now. And I guess I'll turn on speech chat. We might be running a couple of minutes slow. Oh, there it is. I guess what that tells me is to go ahead and switch over to the main display. Oh, not that one. That one. There. Very good. All right, now let me check to make sure I have audio here. Yep, I do. In fact, I've got double audio, so I'm going to turn that one off so that maybe what echo goes away. All right, so welcome everyone, and let's see, desktop, is that right? No. Scenes. Hey, it's 2 o'clock. There's my, hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Kilroy's World. Welcome to my shop. Actually, we're in my office. Welcome to the menagerie. Let's see if we can't get some stuff done. This here was actually just sitting there, but
Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon.
What that is?
Says.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Hey there, Al.
Greetings, sir. But anyway, let me go back to my sources. Actually, my scenes. Scenes everywhere is seen. And go back out to the desktop. And what I'm doing is I'm going to redo these ribs. I've been piddling around with these for a while. Let me see if I can get a better shot here of what I'm talking about. Yeah. So what I have been doing is working on getting the ribs at the top flat with the aft deck. But in looking at it, they're really too high because this thing has got to go down. So, and by down I mean through the rudder, or the rudder needs to go through it. So basically, let's see. I already glued these up. Let me take this off for a second. Let me set her down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this right here is the way it needs to go. So I've got to take that back rib right here, this one here, and cut some of this off. Actually, probably I'm going to say 1/2 inch, so that it sits there like that. And that way, the rudder, I can put the I don't know what it's called, a till or whatever, up here to where it can actually be a working rudder. It'll have little hinges, and I probably need to work on the hinges because that's going to actually, back and forth a little bit, probably a little bit back. But I'm going to look at the hinges again. I think they're too hard to do on the laser. But maybe I can account for the distance between here and here. I know I just heard somebody come in. Yeah, I think I can account for the distance by maybe putting another piece of wood right there. That's what I'll do. Let me bring in someone else who just arrived. I'm not certain who it is. Well, actually, I know who it is, but let me move this over to be multi, right? Multi, no, I don't know. I'm just messing around. Let me just add to the stage, and there it is. Hey, yes. Greg, hello. And
hey, Al.
And there's Moo Hugs. How you doing, Moo Hugs?
A little wet.
Yeah, I understood from you that moo in the rain. I like that.
Yeah. Don't go outside and try to move things when it's raining. So it's. I should have done that before it started to rain. If you don't know, you guys, I live in Florida, so it's raining. It's been raining most of the day. Hello, Snow Crusher. Hello.
Snow Crusher is up from the Great White North.
Oh, nice.
And
where in the Great White North?
I don't know. And Chris is somewhere in the northeast, and I'm sure probably in the Niantic River area.
Maybe that's why he calls himself that. Okay. Well, I'm trying to continue to organize my stash of things. Some people call it a hoard.
Yeah.
And so minimize maybe because right now I'm not doing anything.
I'll go back to the screen there, and I'll make you small. If
Thank you.
Anyway, if either one of you wants to come on the panel, I'll be more than happy to drop you a link, guys. You're more than welcome. I'm just sitting there trying to draw and stuff, and
Snow Crusher says, in the middle of the Great White North.
In the middle of the Great White North. There's a couple other Great White Northerners. Gee, that sounds like a bean, don't it? But that come to the Discord and stuff, and visit here on the stream, which I guess we can call them friends of the stream, right? But anyway, just as ketchup, I need to take these and reduce them down. But what I decided to do is, what's wrong one? Is the rudder. I need to take the rudder and space it before I forget. Let me see. I think I've got some little square pieces of wood here. If not, I'll just have to improvise. But yeah, I just want 1/4 of an inch. Let me see if I can find something real quick over by the laser. Laser.
Laser number 1.
AF says, 1 laser.
Okay, so I am back. Laser, yeah. Oops, that makes it 2, doesn't it? There you go. Keep track manually. I will set something up. I just haven't spent the time. Maybe we can practice with it because we don't have to be live when we're working with it.
Snock Rusher says, those rib things are called frames on a boat ship.
Yes, that is correct. They are frames. That is totally correct. And I also learned that the back part of the ship is called aft, and I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm serious. I kept calling it the back part of the ship, and it was Chris, not this Chris, but I'm drawing a blank on his last name. My gosh! But anyway, that said that it's not the back of the boat. It's aft. But yeah, frames. So I mean, I definitely want to call them the right thing. So I'm making a note because that's how I remember what it is. This one here, and I'll show you. I'm not. This one here is really helpful right there. So I just need it closer because the font is so small. My gosh. All right. So actually that is standing up and down. Okay. Anyway, enough of my fooling with the notes there. So let me bring this out. Hold on, let me change the scene over to that there. So let's take the frames and set them aside for a second. Okay. I had some wood, and for some reason I'm thinking I'm within just hand distance, and as much wood as I have, I couldn't find 1/4-inch stock out there, and I know I got tons. So what I'm going to do is, let's see what this pencil is. You guys know what the dimensions of a pencil are? 1/4-inch, actually 0.26, right? But I'm going to use a pencil as my my 1/4-inch separator. That ought to work for now. I say it ought to work for now. Oh my gosh, it needs to be bigger. Let's see. Something else that I have. Yeah, I can do this too. This is what did I say? 1/8 of an inch. Well, yeah, 1/8 of an inch. It's actually 0.12, 0.13, somewhere in there. So that's 1/8 of an inch, because 0.125 is 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to put 2 of these together, and that ought to be better. I don't think that'll try to flip like it is. What I'm trying to do is take some measurements. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work good. Doesn't really have to be even at the same spot. Let's go ahead and cut 2 of these. Now, I haven't really been cutting wood like this, and I meant this for aluminum, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut 2 of these. These are just going to be spacers, nothing more than that. You'll see where I'm going with this. Okay.
Snock Rusher says, I have no idea when a boat becomes a ship, though.
I always think of it as a boat is small and a ship is large. But I know that there's people that sail that call their ship a boat. Like, for instance, the Enterprise is a starship, right? So a boat is something that I row, and that's how I think of it. Now, how big the boat is, I mean, because heck, the Vikings had big old huge ships, right, with a lot of oars on them. So anyway, this is going to be my separator. Okay, I wonder if I can just put it there. I don't think I'm going to have to glue it or tape it or anything. So I've got, hey, that's cool right there. That'll help it. So I've got, maybe I can move this way. So I've got, other than a mess up here, there's my water. So I've got just a spacer there. Let's see. So it doesn't go far. All right. So that's just my spacer because I want this to sit right there. Now, yeah, that needs to go right there. And I wish this thing would move on me. And that last rib right here, I'm going to take it off. See how much I have to cut it off. I've got them positioned to where they're supposed to be. This is 48, and that is rib 48. So I'm good there. I may have to adjust it in the drawing.
AF says frame.
Well, right there then. Right there. Better frame? Okay, let me take this one off because I wanna play with this one. And I'm just gonna cut it. I think that'd be the easiest way to do this if I don't cut my fingers. Remember, kids, always cut away from you. Yeah, this one needs to be cut better. Well, that did cut. Okay, and then that should just come right off of there. Come on. Focus up. There we go. You know what? Let me do this. Give a little more light. This needs to be pulled down. Let's see if I get some. All right. So this one goes the second rung, right? And then it sits there like that. So
Snock Rusher says cut towards your chum, not your thumb.
Right? Your chum. I like that. So this is 48. So it needs to go 2 over to over here. Man. I almost want to split this rib in half and glue it on both sides. I think that'd be a really good fit for this, or a good fix. Because if it's sitting there like that, sandwiched there
AF
like that.
says Kilroy, move your camera up a bit or move the work area down a bit.
Oh, I can't move the work camera down that much. But that's what I've got to do there. I've got to split this. Come on. I've got to split this back rib right here for it to sit there, so that I can get the right height. And then I can go ahead and do the same thing with the other ones, I guess. Now the question is how am I going to cut this? Do I have a laser that'll cut this in half? Yeah. Now the question.
AF says 3 laser.
Oh. All right. So let me go over here and find this thing. This thing is 48. This is 43. Here's 48 right here. Okay, so let's take 48, move it over here. Let me see what this one is. This one's 51. See, 51's probably going to be halved also, but I need to put it on here to where I've got my height, you know, like there, or wherever I put it for that matter. I think it's going to go right there. We'll look at the blueprints. Wherever that height is relative is where it's going to go. And since I've got 48 here, let's move this. Yeah, that's one piece. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to take this thing. I'm going to make, a cutout of it. Let's flip this 180. And I'm not showing you. There we go. Let me just set this down then, because I'm getting tired of holding this frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and cut an outline. Okay? And then cut down the center. So let me duplicate this thing so that I don't wreck it. Put it over here. And then take and work with this one. So this one here, I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it. And since I just want the outside, I'm going to delete this part. And that'll be the outside. Okay? And then I'm going to set this down in it, and I'll take and cut it in half. And if I cut it in half, it's going to widen it. So I'm going to take I'm going to take a 1/16 of an inch. Let me bring a rectangle. Oops. Let's take and make a rectangle. That's it splits it totally in half. But my point is make the width 1/8 of an inch. Let's do 1/8 of an inch. How does that look? How much does that leave?
Snow Crusher says, would it not be easier to make the tiller longer than cut down the frames?
Well, I already got the frames. I'm just, it would, I guess, but I need to split it is the thing. And since I already have it unsplit, and maybe I'm not understanding what you just said. let me read that. Would it not be easier to make the tiller longer? Well, actually, it's what it's supposed to be as far as the length is, according to the blueprint. So it has to be that length that it is. And I'm kind of fudging on the ribs because the ribs aren't, at least to me, they're not what I think they should be, even though they are. If somebody knew how to build a boat or a ship, they would make more sense to them. Actually, it makes sense to me. I'm just piddling around with it. But this thing's got to get cut, right? So if I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch out, and it really needs to be 1/4 of an inch, but I'm going to go a 1/16 on both sides. So it probably could be even smaller. So let's do this. So it should be cut about right there. Okay. But let's make it 0.062, right? Which is a 1/16 of an inch. Is that right in the middle? It kind of looks pretty much right in the middle, right? So let me cut this. I'm going to move the cut to another layer. Let's see where I'm at. This is 0, 0, 0 that I'm at. Wherever it's at. 0, 0 right there. Well, that's not it, is it? No, that's not it. It's this one here. Okay, yeah, so that one there. Oh, so what was the other one? Actually, that's good. I can dig that. Let's let's turn that off. Just remember it's on 0. Where is this one at? Oh, that's that coaster image, right? No, it's not. That is 48. Yeah, that's that one there. Yeah, that one there. Okay, so I'm going to cut that one, which is right there first. The yellow, what's the yellow going to do? 48. What? That's on the numbers layer. That doesn't have to be output at all. It can go away. So let me cut just a piece like that. Let's go over to Moo in the Rain looks yellow. Let's go over to the laser. And I'll find a spot.
That's laser number 4, and the yellow is my wall because I haven't turned my computer around yet.
Exactly. So let me just go ahead and go clear off numbers. Let's send that over. Come on. Let's send that over. I got to go turn it on and come back.
All right, I'm going to move my computer. So hang on, everybody.
All right. Let me send this over. Okay. And I'll go over there and put the magnets down and stuff. Drink some water. It's just cardboard, but I didn't adjust for height or anything, so we'll see if it cuts it or not. It's all good, I guess.
So is Paul coming on today?
Yeah, he said he was going to try. He might be running a little late.
Cool. It's always fun to have other people on.
Yes, it is. Again, my offer is still there. If you'd like me to, I'll send you a link and you can just hop on and look funny at us if you want.
It would be nice if other people could join us.
Yes.
So you guys are looking. Well, I have the floor.
Yes, you do. You got the floor. You got a little bitty piece of the floor.
So you guys. That's fine. No, that's fine. So this is my Ender 10.
Sorry, you got a little. Sorry.
And I'm waiting for a new SD card to come today, but I doubt it's going to arrive because of the storm. Because my other SD card is not working. So hopefully when I reformat the card, it'll read it. If it's not, then this is going to become trash.
No, parts. It can always be parts.
I'll send it to you. How's that? Would you like it?
Well, sure. But
okay, I will send it to you because I'm not going to keep something that I can't use.
You can fix it.
Sure. With what time? Well, I guess I could make time, but no. We'll see. So we're hoping. And then I got to find some screws. Because that's the bracket that holds the spool, obviously. So, or not so obviously, because, looks like one of those things that the optometrist looks at, your eye with.
Optometrist?
Yes. The eye doctor,
What looks like it?
This thing, the bracket.
Oh, yeah. This the filament holder.
Yes. The spool for the filament. Right. Yes.
Oh, look, Paul's here.
Yay, Paul is here. Yay.
Ding, and I didn't realize it. There you go. Hey, Paul. How you doing, Paul?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
Hi, Moo Hugs. How are you?
Hi, Paul. Good to see you.
Hey, Paul. I like the shirt, Paul.
Yes. Yellow is the color.
Mine says Carhartt, not.
That's okay.
Yeah, at least it's not a red shirt.
Right?
That's right.
Definitely right. I agree. My God. So what have you been doing, Paul?
Not much. I don't know what I've been doing today, to be honest. We just had dinner, so I do know that. But
well, I hope it was good.
It's I chatted with Dave for a little bit this morning, but that's about it.
Well, cool. I saw you had a star. Is that what it was?
Yeah, let me go get it.
Yeah, please. As we wait for Paul to come back, I went ahead and cut this piece, and I'm going to set it back in there. Let's see what Paul's got. Cool. That looks like a Texas
JJE
Texas star, man.
Hello.
That looks good. I like that.
Made out of a cedar fence post.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, I know we've used fence posts before, haven't we?
Yeah.
You actually.
And each piece and it was cut on the CNC. Each of these pieces was cut
AF
separately on the
says,
CNC.
hello JJE.
but they're all the same pieces, right?
They're all the same. Well, there's a right and a left. Right.
Oh.
Left.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
I mean, if you could, the only reason there's a right and a left is one side is rough and the other side is smooth.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and then it's just glued together with exterior wood.
JJE says, hi AF.
Is it just going to sit on the top of your Christmas tree outside, or do you have a plan?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about drilling like a 1/8 inch hole right up through here.
Yes.
And then getting a 1/8 inch piece of steel and putting it in there and then just stick it in the ground.
That and 49 other ones and some stripes to get you a flag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or add some fairy lights and you can light it up your lawn and look so cute at night.
Well, we have the Christmas challenge coming up.
Oh.
And I said what I ought to do
There
is
you
get
go.
some garland and put garland around it with some of these lights.
I see where this is going. Very good.
Yeah. And then maybe hang a little ornament right here or a bell or something.
That would be cute.
That would be really nice.
That could be my challenge.
Oh my
But
God.
the way I found this was on Dave Gatton's channel. He made one of these.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he showed how to draw it up in V-carve. So I thought, hey, I need a project to make.
Gotcha.
And I had a fence picket in my workshop.
Gotcha. Yes.
And so I went on Vectric and drew it up. And it just worked. It worked absolutely perfect. All the corners come together good.
Well, it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I worked on last week. I
That's
still
good.
have to sand it. It needs sand.
I like that. I like that. It looks really nice too. Cedar really
Oh,
it's just
cedar's great.
awesome. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like, and it smells nice when you're cutting it.
Yep. Yeah. The fence posts that I've been getting at Lowe's. Yeah, that's where I got the last ones. But anyway, I still have 6 or 7 of them when I was working on those flower containers.
Mm-hmm.
They work great. They're really good.
Yeah. Yep.
JJE says, looks great, Paul.
Hey, thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. So you can take me off full screen now.
I was trying to, yes, sir. I was trying to find the Gatton CNC challenge, but I guess I'm not as prepared as some of the others.
I don't think he is sponsoring it this year. I think that Ryan is putting it on.
Cool. Did he sponsor it too last year?
It was joint with him and
Gotcha.
Dave.
Gotcha.
But I'm not 100% sure, but I think Dave is not going to be involved with it.
So is it still called the Gatton CNC challenge, or is it the making it up as we go along CNC challenge, or
it may just be the Christmas challenge?
the Christmas
I
challenge?
don't know. I'll have to check with Ryan. I don't know if it's what it is.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely advertise it too, and who knows what might happen. The Lady Washington might be decorated for Christmas, right? Like that's going to get done by then, right?
You're going to finish it by then?
On last night's show, he said we had 117 days yet.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So,
Well, cool beans.
Yeah. That's a fun challenge to get into because, it's it doesn't have to be really involved, you know, and everybody just does it for fun, which is what you should be doing it for.
Yep, yep. I entered one back in 2018 or something like that, and I actually got some of the top stuff, but it was just a little Santa Claus. It was done with my CNC, and then I painted it, and I guess I hit either an honorable mention or 1, 2, or 3. I don't think it was 1, but I think it was more like 3.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
But it's not about winning. It's about the participation and about the fun that you can have doing it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I always, like right now, I always hit a wall on what my project's going to be. And over the next month or so, I'll come up with about 4 things and I won't end up making any of them.
Oh, I understand.
Last year I made I don't know if you remember it or not, I made a minion that was dressed up like Santa Claus.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
And it got pretty high up there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did all right. So I was glad.
I was honored to be able to judge the one before that, and I'll tell you what, that's just as fun to be able to see all the entries and you know, rate them however we rated them. There wasn't a real way to, you know, there wasn't anything set down as to how they should be rated, but so I berated them.
Yeah, it's really judging them is hard because there's so many that put a lot of thought into them, you know,
Right.
and it may not be the biggest or the fanciest, but every bit as much work went into it.
Yes, yes.
So it's yeah, that's a hard job too.
It is.
Is Moohug still cleaning?
Moohugs is.
Yes, it's a never-ending chore. I'll never be done because, like I said, I have to take stuff from the other rooms and put it in here. So yeah,
You know, you ought to just forget about it. And
I will.
if the worst happens and you should meet your maker, then it's Al's problem.
True. Yeah, but he'll just take it and put it in a box and not worry about it. So
Well, and put it in his garage.
right. Yeah, I don't think his wife would be too pleased with that. So we're trying not to go there.
Oh, okay.
You should see the garage. I'm actually getting stuff moved around, and I've developed a case of pneumonia, not pneumonia, but bronchitis because of all the dust and stuff. I mean, geez, man. But I got an electronics bench top now. And,
Oh, do you?
yeah, it used to be where the CNC used to be, and I realized how dusty and how much sawdust there is all over everything. I mean, it's amazing. I guess I'll have to get the industrial vacuum out and actually blow everything off.
Open the garage door and blow it out, huh?
Yeah, where I've got that bench, I intended to totally close it off so that the woodworking stuff wouldn't get in there. And I'm getting closer because I've got a monitor that I could put a wall behind, you might say, and close it up that way. And the little area has its own little air conditioner, so it's keep that side cool. And it'd probably do great because it's like a 5,000 BTU, I don't know, 8,000 BTU in an area that's not even maybe 15 square feet. No,
Just make a little clean room, huh?
yeah, exactly. But I'd have to do some type of negative pressure on it to where air goes out, not in. But every time I open the door, it just sucks everything in, So
You know, when I had my eye surgery about a week ago, and the room that they do that surgery in is a positive pressure room. And I wondered why it's a positive pressure room. And one of the reasons is it keeps the dust out.
yeah, exactly.
And so they don't have to be as concerned about cleaning in there because with and you can feel it when you open the door. You can feel the air come out.
Just gushing out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not enough to where your ears pop or anything, but it's enough to where they can do minor surgery in there and not have to worry about dirt and dust.
Right. Yeah, you would think that, surgical places like that would be definitely clean,
Yeah.
But yeah. So let me take this piece that I have in my hand that you can't see, but anyway, and put it back over there and see if I can't. Well, let me just go put it back over there, and then we'll work on cutting it.
So, Paul, we're up to number 4 on the laser. So next time it says laser, it's number 4.
Oh, okay. We're keeping a spreadsheet, are we?
Yes. He's going to try to make a macro or something. Maybe somebody can make a macro. So every time he says laser, it can come in the chat. I love that. Is this backwards to everybody?
Nope. Prodigy?
Yeah.
Nope. It's right way.
I love that. It looks like it's a brand new mouse pad.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm going to start using it.
Yeah.
I think I'll take it to work and they'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, oh.
Okay. So all I want to do is, and my YouTube keeps flaking out on me. I can't see what's going on YouTube, but I guess I'll ignore it. All I want to do is take and cut down the middle. I guess that's as big as it gets, huh? Yeah, I guess I'll put it back. Let me switch over to my desktop, which is where I was drawing. And what I did, or what I thought I did, yeah, I did. I just hid it. Is I'm going to cut a section right here. Gosh, that looks.
And what will that section be for?
I'm gonna split the ribs basically with the laser. I'm sorry, frames. I'm gonna split the frames. So what I did is I took over in the cut layers and I hid the black line,
AF,
which is right there,
says, for laser.
like that. Okay. Perfectly fine. So what I did is I just take a rectangle and I cut it, and that rectangle is 0.062 wide, and whatever long it is, as long as it goes above the bottom of that frame, I'm okay. So I'm splitting them in half so I can go back and forth to adjust the back part of this like it needs to be. So let's let's do that for a second. Let's see. Let's go back down here to, where was it? Right here. I get rid of this so it doesn't output it, and then all I have then is that that rectangle. So you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. So instead of a uni rib, you'll have a right and a left.
Exactly. And I mean, I could draw it that way and stuff, or recut it, but I had one, so I'm sorry.
That way you can make it tighter to your keel too.
Yeah, and I'm starting off with a 1/16 of an inch, and if I have to, I'll do it more. But let me send this to it. Let me go cut it. Let's see the close up of the. Let's see. I sent it. Let's go ahead and cut it. Hopefully it's long enough, but if not, hey, I can do it again. And it looked like it was too long on the top. There it is.
It looks like it's burning. Yeah, I can't wait to see the fire.
Let me go get it. So this is what it turned out. Let me show you.
It looks like a set of strangely configured needle nose pliers.
It is, isn't it? It is. It's like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I think it's going to be too small, but there's a 1/4 inch right there. You know.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do is get it up in here as close as I could, and I think I really need to make it just a little bit wider. Okay, so that it sits there. And it does need to go down. Let's see. Let me figure out. This is number 48. I don't have 48 there. 48. So it's the 3rd one back, which is this one. So that 3rd one back, see, it still needs to go down way, way low. So I need to split it. And actually 48 goes right there where I'm at. Okay, I need to split it a little more so that it will go down a little more. So I'm going to put this thing back on there and cut another 1/16 of an inch off both sides. So then I'll have what? An 1/8?
An 1/8 of an inch.
And an 1/8, right. Because I think I did an 1/8 right. No, I did a 16th. So it'll be a little bit less. It'll be 3/16. So let's go cut.
So you have 3 30-seconds on each side.
Well, I wanted to do more than just the 32nd to make it another 16th, which would make it a whole 1/8 of an inch. Because this is 1/4 inch, I definitely want to get it at least a 3/16, which will be an 1/8 on both sides, so it'll be almost paper thin. But I mean, a 16th more on both sides, making another 1/8, which would be 3/16.
Which is 3 30-seconds on each side.
Which is 3 30-seconds, exactly. Which is that right? Oh, and let's see.
That's 6 30-seconds, which is 3/8, 3/16.
3/8. 3/8. I want 3/8, which is 0.062, right? Plus 0.0125, right?
You want 3/16, not 3/8, because you don't want more than a 1/4, do you?
No, I don't want more than a 1/4.
3/8 is more than a 1/4.
No, I want 3/16. You're right.
Right.
So it's 0.62, which is a 16th of an inch, and then 2 more 16ths, which is a 1/8 of an inch, and that's the size there, which is 0.0745. So I need to set this thing down again and cut at 0.0745. Just to see. I might even go just a tad bigger, but let's try this one for right now.
All right.
Okay. So let me go over here and look. Make sure this is the output here. Just want to make sure we're not outputting anything else. 2023 is being outputted. It's okay. This one is too. I'm going to turn it off. I don't care if they're showing up. I'm just making sure that they're all off. Okay, so if I can find this. No, that's better. There we go. Here's our close-up. Let's send this over to the laser.
5.
And I guess I sent it. I got interrupted there for a second. Not certain why.
AF says 5 laser.
5 laser. Here we go. Okay, it's official. So it's going to do it right there. So let's go ahead and just cut it right there. I don't know if it'll be on there enough. I don't know, because it's cutting the honeycomb a little bit. All right. All right. That should be what? 3/16.
Should be. Didn't really look like it hardly cut anything, did it?
You know what's wild, Paul, is it wasn't much more. So the precision isn't really there, because it didn't really cut much off. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. All right. Guess what? Since this part here is a 1/4 inch, okay, no doubt about it. Okay, that's a 1/4 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and do a 1/4 inch all the way up, and it'll be, we'll see, it'll be this thin. That's okay. That's all right. It'll be fine.
But how do you know? How will you know? Or does it matter how far down that sits on the keel?
Well,
Of course,
I
you
need
can put it any height you want, can't you?
no, I need to make it wide enough to where I can slide it down more.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Right at that spot, and that's what I'm trying to accomplish right now. Just get it down enough to where it's down where I need it, to where the floor, I don't know what to call the floor, but anyway, the pieces that I'm doing there come down below the rudder.
The floor is called the deck, by the way.
Yes, but this really isn't.
AF
This really isn't.
says the deck.
She beat me to it.
This really isn't the deck yet. It's the framing of the deck. Maybe that's better. Okay, so it needs to be like that, to where it's coming up through there, and therefore that's why I have to manipulate the rib. So let's do this at 1/4, and I'm going to look at this. I'm just going to go ahead and make, see, 0.8, is that right?
1/4 is 0.25, so it's 250, so it's 125 on each side.
But that should have been 325, right? Or
no,
okay, 3/16 is
is less than 0.25.
Yeah, 0.062 is a 16th.
Okay.
0.125 is a
Is an
1/4.
Is an eighth.
I'm sorry, it's an 1/8. Yes. So an 1/8 plus a 16th, and see, that's what happened, Paul. I didn't make it wide enough. It's still just a little bit wider than 0.62. It's 0.74. It needs to be before I go ahead and cut a whole 1/4 inch off, it needs to be 0.062 plus 0.125, which is,
No, you mean total.
yes,
Yeah.
which is
Because if you put 125 on
125.
each side, that's going to be a quarter.
Right. But the existing 0.062 makes it add up to 0.1870. I didn't do the calculations properly, or it didn't do the calculations properly up on top. That's why it didn't cut this any more than what it did. It only cut at 0.07 instead of 1.87. Let's go put this back in there and cut it again. Let me send this over. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Kinda.
It messed up on the calculation for the width, and instead of it being 0.062,
Machines don't mess up on calculations.
That's true, but it did. It made me 0.07 something.
It's the numbers you put in is what messes it up.
And I'm sure I probably put in a wrong decimal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going, why wasn't it cut any? Come on. There's the laser close-up. I'll be right back, guys.
6.
AF says 6 laser.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going, no, that should have cut. Why did that cut? Why did that cut? And lo and behold, that's why. All right, so I'm just going to send it over there again. I want to frame out, and it should be right there. And now let's cut it. And yeah, I probably should have made it a little shorter, but hopefully this will be the last time I do this. I don't know. Is it cutting? Yeah, I can physically see the line cutting right now. So yeah, now it'll make it a little bit wider, which will be 3/16, Paul.
Yep.
So I'll have a 32nd of an inch on both sides to play with, widthwise, a little fatter because it's 1/16 less than 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so so that's what I cut off on both sides, right there.
This time or total? This time.
No, this time times 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, time 2. Yeah. Well, I hadn't really cut anything. Well, yeah, I did up like 0.01 or something like that.
So what you get now is just a sliver of a shoulder.
Yeah, and it's still not quite down as far as that, but yeah. So now I get my 1/4 inch a lot easier without having to flex it. So, and this is 48. So 48 is going to go right here. And it's going to go down. Now I'm going to have to fix this thing here. So yeah, so get this rubber band out of the way. And then this is going to go right here. I said 48, right? I think it's more like 49 though. But it'll be able to sit there something like that. Okay? Something like that. And I say that because I'm sitting here looking at this being about right there, as you can as you can see there. So about right there. Yeah. And you know, I'm really tempted to thin this down even more. And
what would happen if you just made it an eighth or a quarter of an inch all the way up?
it wouldn't hurt anything because these are holding up pretty well. I'll eventually stick them on there. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this thing a quarter of an inch. I'm going to put it back in there, and make it a quarter of an inch. Yeah, it's taken a bit, right?
Yep. Hey, but it's a process.
But yeah, and I just wanted to see. So there we have 0.25. Let me just go ahead and send it over there. Let's go send. Okay. Let's frame it, and I'll go up there and do it. No, didn't want to frame. Uh-oh.
AF.
Let's stop.
Says.
Frame.
7 laser.
Send. I'm going to send it over there. Something's wrong. Maybe I left the door open.
Implied.
Normally it gives me an error. Oh, no, there you go. I don't know what it was not doing. Okay, that was the frame. I'll be right back.
That was the implied laser.
The implied.
Yes.
All right. Here's what we have. Here's what it looks like now with a quarter an inch all the way up. Now, I don't know if you were here, Paul, but what I did is I took and I glued 2 pieces together to get my quarter inch of the 1/8 inch, and I used 77. It's not holding up as well as what I would think, but the next time I'll try regular glue. But I would think there'd be more moisture in like Tide Bond or something like that. Exactly, and that's what I was worried about. So I used 77, but it's still holding up pretty well. Right here, I've got a little bit of a a little bit of a gap, but this is it beat having to process the pallet wood. I mean, even though it might not sound like a lot, it really is a lot to clean the pallet wood and shape it down to a quarter of an inch. All right, so this is the third one over, which is this one here. I need to get me some little tiny clips. I mean, like little tiny clips. I have some clips. Do I? Yeah, I guess I could use these, at least just temporarily. But even smaller than this.
How about like clothespins?
They're about the same, but yeah, something like that. Maybe cut down clothespins.
Yeah,
But I don't know anybody that's got any clothespins.
I do.
You know, they do sell those specialty
I
clips,
know.
especially for sewing. They have little tiny ones like that.
So this is 48, and there it is actually. A little bit further down, right there. You know what's wild? What's wild is that I'm using this piece that I put in as a separator. This one here, I'm
Yeah.
using is the gauge of the top of that. So
Check out my cup holder.
right there.
Ooh, boy, that holds a big cup.
Yeah.
What?
This is a cup holder that I got, I don't know how many years ago when I used to do scrapbooking, and it was sold by Creative Memories, and they went out of business.
Wow.
And this is a cup holder. I have it, well, because my sewing machine isn't up yet, but I always have it on the edge of my sewing machine so that I can have my coffee and whatever. And it has a little slot. So if you have a handle.
Yeah, that's great.
They don't sell these anymore.
That's fantastic. I love that. That's great.
I love this because you don't know how many times I have spilled my coffee until I got this thing.
I'll kind of like swat my coffee cup is what I'll do. You know, I'll bring my hand around and it'd be like if I was swatting it. But anyway, that there is looking like I want it to look, which is right there, So let me hold this here, take a bigger one and hold it right there. Yeah, so it still needs to go down a little bit. There we go. A little bit up. Okay. All right. Oh, it's still a little bit lower than that. It's still that, which means that, yeah, it does go a little bit further down. And since the rudder goes in that deck, okay, since it goes back there, I need to make sure that it sticks up long enough. I guess I could make it a little longer, but like Greg said, well, why can't you make it a little longer? Well, I'm making it actually to the plans as close as possible. So I figure if I can get these ribs working like that, there's a good alignment of the deck to the keel to the rudder.
And you have to get the shaft of the rudder up through the center of that hole too, don't you?
It is, Paul.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, look. Sorry. See?
No, I mean centered the other way, front to back.
There.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and it really needs to go back a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Like that. And I say that because, let's see, because it's going to turn. Hold on, let me set the camera down for a second. Where we at? So it needs to really go just a little bit back.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right there.
Now, what's that other one for? The front?
This one here?
The other deck. This just off your left hand.
Oh, this is the actual one.
Oh,
But because it has all these on here, I decided just to use the paper copy of it.
I got you.
Which is the paper version of this.
Yep.
See?
That makes sense.
I just didn't want to take these off for right now. But if I can, and I saw somewhere, this is just garbage, but I saw somewhere this little boat model builder that actually made some little clamps. And I wish I could remember who it was, because I think I'd go steal the design and make some.
How about on Thingiverse? I wonder if they got small clamps.
Maybe they do.
Let me
We'll go check here in a sec. I was hoping, I don't know, how much time would one take? I think this is going to be good, even though this is up around 49 right here. I guess it'll have to be. I can't do it all, right?
Right.
Because really, that third rib should be about right here. Yeah. Yeah, that does need to be back here. Which means that this needs to, it's like it needs to be on the fourth ring, on the fourth one instead of the 48. No. It's actually right. I take that back. 48, and then this will scoot forward, and 49 will sit there. That's what it is. It's really not on this one. This is 49 here. It's actually a little bit forward of that, which makes sense. All right. There it is. Right there. Now the problem is I'm holding it, but as soon as I let go, it goes off on me. And it seems like it's top heavy, so, or forward heavy. So if I go to this bigger one here, let's see if I can put it in. Let me see. So technically, it would be right here at the beginning of where these little holes are. And I can't even, there we go, I got it off. Set these two off. So at the beginning where those two holes are, which would mean, which means that it needs to be cut also really high.
So it'll sit lower, right?
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. And that's why I'm picking the one at the end, so then I come back and fill with the other ones. But this one I won't have to split like that. I'll just have to cut. I want to say this is about the right measurement. See, I said it was going to be this one, right? Yeah, it's going to have to get cut almost all the way back up to the top on this. I wonder if I've got another rib that's like this. See, this is what happens when you clean up, boys and girls. But luckily I got a box. The question is this one this? Looks like it to me. Yeah, that is it. See, it pays to keep stuff. Even though it's broken, it's okay. It'll glue up. No big deal. But that one I said would go there. Oh, you know what though? Oh, I was going to say it won't fit there, but it will. However, it won't fit there because this thing's too big. So let me see if I can find a better clip here. I don't know. Is that going to work? Yeah, I think that will. Man, trying to get you guys the best shot I possibly can of what I'm doing, and it's tough. But this one here is the one that needs to go right in front of here, right there, and right there, and probably a little higher. Yeah. So let me take this one, okay, and show you what I'm thinking about doing. Let me take this one and bring this up to about right here. This is 1/4 inch. Okay. This is number 43. And I think what I'm going to do, this will probably need to be cut. I think what I'll do is I'll just do a 1/4 inch like that for what? What is that? 3/4 of an inch? .9 inches. So it's almost an inch. Let's go 3/4 of an inch. Now there's 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. That is number 43. This isn't a 1/4 inch. Let's find 43. Okay, I can't see any of the numbers, so I'm going to go over to my cut layers and turn on the numbers layer, which is right there. Okay. There's 43 right there. So if I did my job right, that 43 won't move. It's part of it. Okay. So let me duplicate this thing. Move it over here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Now move it over there. What is that? Green. Real light green. Is that 11? No, it's not even on. Let's see. Green layers, greenish layers. Oh, that's 21. Okay, that's 21. Let's go ahead and move this over. If I click that, I wonder if it actually moved the whole thing. Oh, I don't want to do that. Crud. Well, what I'm saying is that rib. Oh, what the heck is that? If I click that, which is the number, how do I move it away from here? Because the rest of the rib is behind it. Oh, you know what? Let me just delete it. And the reason I'm saying is because I had duplicated it, so I don't have to worry about that. And I think I deleted part of it also. So I think we're good there. All right, let's move this one over, and I'll just grab another piece of cardboard. And then I said I was going to go up 3/4 of an inch on this. So let's just make a rectangle. I probably should have kept the other one, a rectangle that is 0.25 wide and will also be 0.75 high. And let's bring it over here to just above this thing. And notice that it's that it's almost as wide as the rib, but it's not. So it'll actually be a little tighter on there. Yeah, 25. Okay, let's just leave it like that. It'll cut up in there. I want to go a little bit to the right though. Good enough. All right, so this thing then, let me turn my numbers back off. The numbers are off. I wish there was a way to show which layers were outputting only and not and hide the whole thing, because I have to go back and forth to find them. This is the line here that I'm cutting. I'm cutting the black and that, okay? But I'm gonna get rid of the inside stuff. So let me ungroup it. Let's delete this piece, and that means that this whole thing then will sit in there. Let's turn that black off for now. Let's not output it, and let me cut that outline on the laser, setting it to
8.
Setting it to it. All right. So if we go over and look at it now on the close up of
AF says 8 laser.
Very good.
very good. So really I need to cut another one of these. So I'll just move it over. Let's see where it's going to frame, because I've already sent it, right? I'll send it again. No, see, it's way higher. It looks like it's way wider.
Yes, it does.
So I must have something that's there that I'm not seeing somewhere.
Yeah, you got something turned on that you don't want turned
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So let's look at the layers and look at the output stuff, which is what I'm looking at right here, and come down. There's only one thing output there.
But is there something else on that same layer other than your
You know, the only thing I can think of is there's something so tiny, but I don't see anything. And I know it's real tiny for you. Right?
it's not
There's a little better, huh?
a little bit.
Yeah, let me see. Show. I'm going to just turn everything off. See, there's the deal that I had. Interesting. If I do that, that's it. That's just one object right there. I'm going to call it an object. Is there anything here? No. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. That's weird. Let me send that over again. Let's frame it.
Still going way wide, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean that's okay, Paul. I just because it's when it's starting to frame, it does it right there, right there, right there, which is okay. Yeah, man, that might be right. Let me go ahead and cut that. I'll be right back.
Another implied laser.
AF says 9 laser.
You notice that there's a giant lag between the time I type it to the time it reads it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So while it's cutting that, and I hope it's cutting it, is it going above? No, I can see the line being drawn there. It's not, that's okay. So while that does that, I'm gonna go ahead and go back over here, go back to my cut layers. Oh, wait a second. Okay, no, I was gonna say, I'm doing the wrong one, but it's down here. See, that right there is the one I just did. And I didn't put any air on, crud. All right, so I think it was on 00, a black layer that I had that piece right there. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll send that piece over to it here in a second. Hopefully that overlaps enough. I think it should be. It looks like it's right on top of the line. I hope so. Anyway, that'll be the next thing, I guess, that I do. Let me look at the close-up. All right, and I'm going to take this other piece over there that I have and set it down in there, and then cut that little square piece, that 1/4 inch. Now I could do this with a a scroll saw, right? I mean, I could have just drawn it on there and walked over to scroll saw, but that's out in the shop.
But
It's not
why?
here. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm working on the design of this too, and trying to piece it together, I guess.
And it would take longer.
Do I?
It would take longer.
It would take longer, yes, because
You'd probably break blades,
well, that'd be that's a given
and you'd have dust.
constantly, which I have anyway, but that's a different story.
So
This
you
is
might as well use that L thing.
this is West Texas after all. That L thing?
That L thing.
Oh, you mean the laser? I'll be right back, guys.
I sent that when he said that word.
All right, there is that. Let me send this little cut.
Now, why did you cut a new template? Because it's a different shape?
Yes, it is
Okay,
a
I got
different.
you. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And see, to me, that's the best way to register too,
Oh, it is. Yeah.
or the way that I have that I've kind of grown to use more. There's people that do it from the center, and I'm like, okay, so where's the center of this piece, or the
Well,
center?
and if your waffle thing isn't lined up right, well, good luck finding the center.
Correct, and it also moves, Paul.
Yep.
So I never have drilled holes like I wanted to and put screws in so it wouldn't move, so I could register it. Yes, I just haven't, I guess. But let me
It's an excuse for old cardboard.
yeah, and that's exactly. So when this frames out, it'll frame out there at the bottom, right there, that little square that we just did. So let's go ahead and cut it. And I think that did go over, which is good. Okay, let me go check it and size it. All right, here we go. So this now is the way it cut. And you notice I was off down here and it was a little bit wider than the 1/4 inch. So this might actually fit better. Let's see. It really doesn't.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess. No, I take that back. It does. It does. It fits really nicely. That's as far as it goes down there. But so this is number 43, and number 43 should go right here. Okay, which I think is the beginning of this here, right? Which is what we said. So let me get it in there. Yeah, and I can't do it with the deck sitting there because I need to go up higher to go down because I know I'm going to have to cut it down there. So that's how it's messed up now. So this needs to be cut off probably right there. And again, I can use the laser to do this.
Can you slide it? Can you slide the keel back just a little bit in the fixture to see? Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd be able to get it where it belongs and decide where you need to cut it off.
It feels like it's going to split.
Mm.
It's that tight. Oh, and this needs to be here.
So it's got to go back even further.
Yeah, it has to go. It has to go down,
where it goes.
Down some more, like it is, and no, actually, that's probably and that much. That's good. That's good right there. That actually looks really good. I don't have to cut this off unless I have to. But I'm going to leave it like that for now. That's actually, no, it's a little higher. Let's see. I think it needs to come down just a little bit more. Yeah, I need to chop
Another 1/8 off or 16th.
an 1/8. Yeah, an 1/8.
Kilroy,
Yes.
your robot isn't speaking anymore.
Oh, yeah. You know why?
Because he got tired of listening to us.
And thank you for letting me know. Where's my browser? My browser's gone. Let's see. I had Edge up here. Edge is working, and there's my lander page, which I should fix.
AF
There we go.
says 10 implied laser. AF says 11 laser. AF says 12 laser. Snock Rusher says, hey Jim.
Hello, Jim.
JJE says, hey Greg.
Hello, Greg. So yeah, let's do another 1/8 of an inch on this. Let's go back to here. All right, and we're going to do an 1/8 of an inch, right? So this is a rectangle, right? So an 1/8 of an inch. If I make the width, the height, an 1/8 of an inch, right? It's going to split it. So it's only going to give me a 1/16, right? So I'm going to raise the height 1/4 of an inch to 1 inch so that it actually gives me that 1/4 of an inch. Did it give me that 1/4 of an inch? Geez, I don't know now. Let's control this Z for a second. Let me look at the green layer.
Why don't you just pull the top up and not adjust the bottom?
Because I have that last rib adjusted with the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. So now I'm trying to find the other spot to where it's level, and that's why I'm doing it that way. But hold on, that didn't look right when I did this. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. This is that layer, right? So 1/4 of an inch up here. Let's just do 1/4 by 1/4 and not mess with it. There's 0.25.
Is that 1/4 of a cubit or
a quarter of a cubit? No, it's 1/4 of an inch. But the thing is this will go right up here like that. And I'm going to zoom in so I can get it perfectly. I'm holding down the control key. So there's my overlap.
right?
Yeah, give or take. And then I'm going to take and just get rid of this one. And then I'm just going to cut that right there. And that should cut it just 1/4 of an inch higher. That one right there. The reason I'm turning it off and on is because I don't know which one it is. It's this one here. Yeah. All right. I'm not even going to show it. Let's take and send it to the laser again, and I'll go over there and cut it and come on back. Wrong one.
AF
There's the close-up.
says Team Laser.
Okay, buckos. All right, so that cut it at 1/4 of an inch. So I can basically lower it 1/4 of an inch. It needs to be at 43. There's 43. Slowly push it down. And I'm looking at this over here. And that. And I like it. Oh, and these popped off. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so these popped off. It might actually not be a bad idea to tape those up back there for now, but let's just look at it real quick. You know, it's still just a tiny bit more, and the reason is because this has got an angle here.
Yep.
So that's why it's like that. Maybe
You
I
got
can.
a little file.
Yes. I wonder if I can just use this here.
Sure.
You know, just kind of like that a little bit. It's going to make a mess, isn't it? Let's see how bad of a mess I can make. And I am going to mute out real quick. Be right back.
So while he's muted, I will talk because there's that awkward silence. Just so you guys know, it's still raining where I live. I live in Central Florida. But other than that, it's fine.
The worst
Windy, too.
of that storm is going to hit north of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to hit like in the Panhandle up in Tallahassee, that area there, and it's going to go up into Georgia, up in that way. But, you know, we've had a lot of wind earlier today, and we still have still hasn't made landfall. So they said it's going to strengthen to a hurricane, and then we're still going to get some bands of wind and lots of rain. We always get tornadoes. You know, it's just the way it is. So, but other than that, you know, it's pretty calm. May continue calm because, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So where I live is not a flood zone, but
across the
The
street.
area behind my house floods.
Oh, does it?
Yes, and
And, and across the street.
yeah, and there's a creek. Well, no, there's a lake actually across the street from me, behind the houses in front of me. So I don't know. We'll see if it comes up into my house or not. If it does, then we know.
Is that Lakeland Lake?
Yes. We don't have any lakes like that. That's interesting. It's just they all have different names. Yeah.
When we used to have a place over in Zephyr Hills.
Oh, that's a nice area. Yeah.
Yeah, we liked it over there. And I'd read in the paper, there was one time this guy went swimming buck naked and an alligator bit his leg off.
Oh
Yes. Yes. There's lots of stories like that. Yeah.
There are. There's a lot of strange people live in Florida.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them are like, they come here for nefarious purposes. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Kilroy is done there.
I don't know about done. I'm still a little bit shy with it.
Well, I hate to run, but I'm going to have to go
All right, Paul.
and do my thing. And
Thank you so much for being here and watching and rooting. And
hey, glad to do it. I enjoy it.
I'm going to continue with this until I get this. And really, what I'm going to do is look at the rudder right now.
Yeah, you may have to round that off a little bit to get it to turn easy.
Well, remember, I've got this piece stuck in here as
JJE.
just because it's
Says.
simulating the hinges.
See you, Paul.
Okay, so
See it
the hinges will be there like that. It'll be right in the center, and it'll still do that. I'm pretty certain. If not, I can always trim this up a little bit to allow for that. Yeah, but does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm just using this as a spacer to simulate the hinges right now, and I don't think I'm going to need 1/4 of an inch. I think it's going to be between that and that right there. But anyway.
See you, Moo Hug. Stay dry.
See you later, Paul. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, see you later, Al. Take care.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So, we talked about the hinges, right? So let's do this. Let's take a look at the hinges. Let's look up here. I want to just move that 1/4 inch away. Just no real reason. Over here in the blueprints layer, which is this one, I've got that. I don't know if I have the hinges. Yes, I do. There's the hinges right there. Okay. And it's called Pintle and Gungeon. What? Debt? What? So I was thinking about this. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? What's the deal here? And it looks like there's I never realized these pieces here. The 3/4 inch drifts every 12 inches here. Those right there. But we're not gonna worry about those. It looks like it's just wrapped around like that and comes down, or maybe it's got a hole in there and this goes up. I'm not quite getting this and this, and I thought I had a handle on it. Oh yeah. Here's the handle here. This is what it needs to be right there. Okay. To wrap around there, it needs to be like that. And of course, for us, it's going to be a 1/4 inch width between here. And then I'll have a pin. And this looks like, I guess I can cut it with the laser. This part here can either be 3D printed or can be just cut on the laser. This part here,
AF says
I can use
14 laser. AF
I can use
says 15 laser.
some aluminum or something and wrap it around that pin right there. If I was smart, I'd actually take the piece and make it out of aluminum or brass or something like that. It wouldn't be that difficult either. But because I could just use a little strap of copper or copper or brass. Let's say brass. A little strap of brass this way, and then a little brass piece with a little hole drilled in it with a pin in it to hold it there. Could do that. And of course, there's two of them, right? Well, it'll sit like this, where this piece up here has a pin and this piece down here is the hole. Now that's the bottom one. Yeah, here they are right here too. With 40-degree cuts on them. Yeah. Let me move this out of the way. Yeah, because it looks like, it looks like this one goes up, but I don't get that. And this over here, I guess this is the pin. I guess the pin on both of them, right? I thought one was up and one was down, but I guess not. They're both down. Now, how it's going to stay fastened on there, I don't know. I guess I could put a little nut, a little bolt, a number 2 maybe. Maybe thread this piece and thread it in there or something. I'm not quite certain. So I guess we could take and try to make this piece here. No, it'd probably be better out of metal or out of brass or something. And this still feels like it's a little too high. Just thinking. So then that's the third one. So then these other two need to sit in there too. Paul mentioned going to Thingiverse. Let's go to Thingiverse and look at clamps.
I'm going to send you what Mr. Google says about the pintles and gudgeons.
Oh, thank you. This is what she says. Pintles and
AF
gudgeons.
Says pintles and gudgeons comprise the hinging mechanism on outboard mounted rudders.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I had no idea. I learned something new.
I didn't either. Called them hinges. All right, let's go to Thingiverse. Okay. Ooh. See, the problem is I'm a squirrel out now, so I don't want to do that. That's nice. No, I'm squirreling out. Let's look at clamps. Let's try to put boat clamps.
You need to focus.
Focus?
Oh, yeah, focus. By the way, I found a very old Microsoft Works CD.
What is it?
It's very shiny. It says Microsoft Works.
Let me see. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Microsoft Works.
Yeah.
Very nice. What version is that?
2?
Version 2 for Windows 95.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't see it. It might be version 2 because it says Windows.
Hey, Siri. What version of Microsoft Office?
Works.
What version of Microsoft Works was for Windows 95?
Microsoft Office 95, version 7.0, also known as Microsoft Office for Windows 95, is a major release of Microsoft Office, which was released on August 24, 1995, shortly after the completion of Windows 95. This answer is from Wikipedia.
Hey Siri, Microsoft Works. What version is needed for Windows 95?
I think it's 2000.
Subsequent releases were for Windows 95 and up, and the final version was Works 9 X in 2007, requiring Windows XP or Vista, 256 MB of memory, and TM4 CPU. This is from Wikipedia.
Thank you.
I think it says 2003. You hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm looking for hinges, little tiny
Look for
hinges.
hinges. Go. Show us your.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what have you? Oh, you're just looking right there. Okay. And you're muted.
It says 1993.
Ah. Hey Siri, when did Microsoft Works come out?
Microsoft Works was published in 1988.
Ooh, it started in 88. What version of Microsoft Works was published in 1993?
In 1991, Microsoft issued the first Windows version of Works, titled MS Works for Windows.
It's titled MS Works for Windows, right? I'll take that as a yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Siri. All right, so let's go back to look at hinges. So far, I don't see anything. Now, this pre-Dreadnought era battleship, the Deathgate. What am I doing looking at this? What am I doing looking at this? I'm just totally just.
It's pretty. That's why.
My
You
God.
need these for hinges.
My gosh. Well, what is this thing? This is the pre-Dreadnought era battleship, the Deathgate, right? Okay. So, ooh,
No.
I
Does it have a gate?
Snow Crusher says, IS the BY that builds the boats and IS the BY that sails her and IS the BY that catches the fish and shoots them with me laser.
with me laser, matey. Yeah, I. You know, this thing. I'm going to download this. This is. I can hoard this. Okay, this is a hoardable item. You'll see why. This is a pre-Knot era
AF
battle.
says, 16 laser.
So I'm going to create a new folder. If I can find it on my OneDrive, new folder. And of course, we're going to call it the pre-Dreadnought era battleship, the Deathgate. I'm just going to call it Battleship Deathgate, just to shorten this up. All right, we'll just call it that, and I'll put it in there. Okay. Oops, I just lost it. But I bet it's up in the D's, right? A, B, C, D, death, D, A. Did I lose it? New folder. Well, I'll just search by date. Battleship Deathgate. There it is. Okay, so we're going to put it in there. Save it. We'll just save it for now. We'll just leave it there. Okay. All right. Let's go back to over here and hinges. No, clamps. Clamps. How about tiny clamps? Tiny clamps. And I'm getting ready to search the internet here. I remember tiny corner clamp, Bibbo enhanced bed clamps. Oh, look, a laser pistol. Mini pro propeller blade clamps. There's a little vise. There's a sock-o-matic. I guess that's for holding your socks. Right? No. These, but I bet these won't be any bigger or any smaller. Although that is pretty small. I wonder if they actually work. You can generate bar clamps of different sizes by adjusting a few parameters in the SCAD included STL file. The various pre-compiled examples
says,
of bar clamp.
You have reached your laser limit for today.
Well, I said it earlier and you didn't mention anything. Printer, brand, monoprice. Wait a second, monoprice? I guess monoprice 3D printer, huh? Nah. All right, I'm going to go to look for model ship clamps, and for some reason, there we go. Let's look at model. Are there any decent clamps? I'm sure everyone has seen or maybe used those red-handled tipped clamps. I'm sure they agree they're junk. Okay. Anyway, after those years, no, I don't see anything. Yeah, these right here. This is what they're talking about. Okay. Nelson, a project if you'd like to see it made into a TV series, really. So you need downward pressure against the whale and inward pressure against the frame bulkhead. I use those alligator clips for the downloaded elastic bands for the inwards. Aluminum 12 millimeter, 19 millimeter channel and thumb screws, head bolts, cheap and cheerful. I saw some clamps a second ago per posted. You don't need clamps per taper each plank. Need pre-taper each plank. You know, what they're talking about is for the posts from Dzizjek and Druxy, you don't need clamps. Pre-taper each plank, bend by spilling. See the article here at MSW by David and Cheryl, or just using heat as demonstrated by Chuck. So we can use that. In this article, forming the bend, and there's no need for clamps. So if you still want more security, while the glue sets, softwood blocks and elastic bands, as Druxy mentioned. But that's not where we're at. We're not at the planking stage. Not to be funny, I find all clamps are very good until you need that special one, like right now.
See, you need something like the hair clamps, you know, and there's also some sewing clamps that have more pressure.
Yes, correct.
So, you know, you probably do better off going to like a sewing site like Joann's or some other site, Michael's, and seeing if they have just.
Well, I actually saw some images. This is what I'm talking about here. I saw some images. Yes. Yes, right here, sis. Oh, that looks 3D printed there. Interesting. But hold on, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back to these because this is what got my attention here. Come on. Oh, oh, there we go. Yeah, this right here. This is what caught my attention. I've had several requests to show how I built some special clamps that come particularly useful if you are building a fully framed hull. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. Here, let me move this aside. Let's just move that aside there. So that's what I'm talking about, right there. This is what I need. This is what I'm looking for right here. Something like this. Oh, check it out. So it's just two pieces of wood with a screw through it, or I guess that's a screw drilled in the end, and then a wing nut. These would be nice too. I just don't have these pieces here, which is like that, right? Interesting. There are three types of clamps. The first goes between the frame to hold the internal and external planks, the spreader clamps that hold the internal planking, barrel clamps that don't pull two pieces out like normal spring clamps have a tendency to do. Full credit. So between the frames, it's like this. Basically, that holds the planks. See, those hold the planks, and I get that. These are made from 3/4 by 5/32 brass machine screws. Okay. This here, see, this has got some work to it too. It has some brazing right there, and then a pin that goes there, like that, right, with a piece of I guess that's walnut, and those are spreader clamps. Okay, I see. They push the hull up. See, I'm not doing it that way. I've got the top floor that I'm building at the same time. I guess I should have done something like that. But that's not the way I did it or am doing it. Again, that's a special build of clamp. Parallel clamps. That's kind of what I need to hold this stuff together. I could probably manufacture these a lot easier, but not today. So two of these are threaded, and then the other one is not. It's just floats there. Okay, so that's something to think about. Let's look at these. That's interesting. I could use the regular clamps I've got like that, I guess. All right. Now these, how do these work? These look almost like they're 3D printed. There we go. How come I can't see? These go again. That's just like a clamp. I guess it would hold it a lot better. Yeah, and it does have some places where it stops and makes it level. That's understandable. Yeah, that would be nice. What are the other ones? Is Is it just different colors or different sizes? What's nice is this also has the little rods. Okay, let's go back to model ship. Yeah, that's kind of like that, huh? Make your own planking clamps. Again, planking clamps, which I might have to, hey, there's these. I have those. Well, I thought I did. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I've got some of these. These will work. I'm pretty certain I can get these to work. Let me go back to the inside desktop cam. Yeah. They might not be long enough though. See, it would work here. Yeah, that works. This is bigger. This would probably work a lot better. You know, though, that actually works a whole heck of a lot better because I can actually take these pieces out. If you squeeze it, they'll come out. And is that holding okay right there? Yeah, that is. That's perfect. Okay. All right. That's my deal right there. Let's slide this way. Let's put the wood in there. Almost threw that away. Let's take this and unbundle it. See, I had tape on there before, didn't I? Where's my cutters? So this is going to be 46. Yeah, see, I need something right here that's not that. I don't think this is going to be big enough. I had a bigger one. Now, let me take this off. Oh man, that's hard too. Yeah, I don't think I can get it more than that. Yeah, so it's going to have to be a little bigger one. Do I have a little bigger one of these? I don't know if I do or not. Nope. Well, maybe I can grab it from the back. I don't think I can either. Maybe tape is the ticket. Yeah, I'll grab it from the back and hold it on there like that. No, can't do that either. It's not long enough. If this were there, though, that'll work. Okay, that's good there. Even though I don't have this, but I probably can have it. Yeah. Here. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Okay. This one's being held by this, and it's at the right height. It might be a little lower because this is as far up as it'll go. All right. Let's take this one off. All right. This is 45. Really? Yeah, which goes there. And that needs to cut a lot more. Yeah, that one goes there. So this one needs to be cut out too. Yeah, this one needs to be cut down also. And I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say this one's going to get split all the way up to the top. Yep. So I'm going to cut this 1/4 inch all the way up to the top. So let me go fix this one. Oh yeah, this is 45. Let's go back to 45. Yeah, I don't know about those little clamps. This, I'm thinking about, maybe this could be 3D printed like that at the end. I can slip a little pin into it and then just have these two things up at the top. Anyway, that's for another time. Let's go look. Let's go duplicate 45. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I couldn't find my work area. No, that's not right either. Where is the work area?
AF says, how close are you to finishing?
To finishing what, the stream today? Oh, probably going to cut this down maybe and call it quits. Because eventually, no matter what, I'm going to cut all these down to where the deck goes down. So
AF
whether it's today or not.
says, the ship.
The ship is like 0.03% done. So I'm having a problem. I don't see my grid where it's going to cut. So let's just save this. Let me exit and get back into it. That's weird. I don't want to update right now. Let's go back into this. Yeah, and I think that'd be the best thing, just to cut this whole thing. All right, so there's our display, or whatever you want to call it. There's recent projects, frame stern, horizontal. See, I've got a problem. I don't know where my cutting area is now. I thought it was over here to the left of these things. Is that what I did? Did I move that over? I've got a problem. That there. Huh, it won't let me move it. Oh, it is locked. How did that get locked?
Snaw Crusher
Oh,
says, okay, I'll catch you later.
see you later, Greg. Have a nice one. Actually, let me lock this back up. I think I know what I'm doing here. I think because I have taken the blueprints and turned them on, it's hiding my work area. See? All right, so I'm looking for 45. Actually, I'm looking for 45 and 46.
JJE says, see ya, Greg.
Have a nice one, Greg. But I was working at 45. But I want to have to do both 45 and 46. So let me find both 45 and
AF
46.
says,
Let me turn the numbers
Bye.
on. There's our numbers. Okay, there's 46 and there's 45. Okay, so what was that one? That one was 43, right? Yeah. So those two, take this one and this one, and I will duplicate it, move them both over there. Oh, look, there's some numbers right there from 43. Where is 43? Well, let's just delete it because I'm sure I duplicated it somehow. All right, so we'll just do it this way, and then that way only use that much space, and I'll put both 45 and 46 in there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them all the way up to the top, and then I'll glue them or clamp them on the bottom or whatever, but I'll be able to adjust them properly. That'll be the easiest way to do this. Does that make sense? So let me make a rectangle that's this big. Yeah, and then it'll just cut. And let me turn the yellow layer off before I even do this. Let me cut out the centers. Okay, let me do that. Let me turn 46 off, which is the numbers layer. There's our numbers layer. Turn it off. I'm going to go over there and send this to the laser, and then cut that piece like that. That'll be both of my, nope, I take that back. This one here, the inside needs to go away. Why isn't it selecting? Cut layers.
AF
It's not
says,
selecting that.
topped up.
Talk up? What? Who? Ta? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I was in selection. Duh. Okay, so let me go ahead and ungroup this one. And ungroup this one. Go ahead and take this part out. And this part out so that it'll cut it. Let me send that over the laser. Now let's look at the laser before I get up and see where it frames it. I'll have to move the cardboard over. Let's see where it frames it. No layers, projects up. Oh, that's right. I didn't highlight them. And now it'll save it. So laser, send, sent, frame. Yeah, that'll be good. I think I have enough cardboard for that over there. All right, let me go over there and align it, and we'll be good to go. All right. So it's still cutting that, but that anyway, what I am going to do is cut those 1/4 inches out. If I can find this. And I'm just gonna, if I do Control Z, 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 Control Z. I want them back for the reason that I know how high to cut and not have to go. Let's do 1/4 inch and not have to go into the honeycomb that much. So I wonder if both of them will be the same. Look pretty darn close. Let me draw a rectangle. Oh, that is that tall, and it's going to be 0.25 wide. Oh, yeah, this is actually a little bit wider. So let me go 0.26. What is 0.26? 0.27? Yeah. Let's go 0.27. Let's move this over just a little bit. Just a smidgen. I guess not. There we go. All right. Probably good enough. All right, so let's take that one. Let's just Control C it, Control V it, and then put it over here also. Could have duplicated it, but this is about the same thing. And that's interesting. It's off that much. All right, I'll cut it there, but I need it to be a little longer on both ends, just so I make sure that I cut it off. All right, so that's those two black pieces, and let's turn the blue off. See, those are the lines. Just, yeah, there we go. The blues are off. All right, now let's send this over. Oh, I can't, can I? Or can I? Did it already finish? Yes, it did finish. So yes, we can send this over. Okay. And it'll frame out between those two spots right there like that. And that's right. Okay. So I've sent this over. Let me go take 46 and 47 or 45 and 46 over there and set them in there and cut them. All right. So we're back to this. And it trimmed that off and that off. And let's see, this is 45. So 45 is going to go here. Probably about right there. I'm going to go ahead and put a little clamp down here. This is going to be one of these. No, that's not going to work either. Let's move that over there like that. There we go. But I need to bring it from the back, right? See, this is where those little clamps that I was talking about, I could take and put here, and then it would stay, right? This is 45. It's 45 there. And it can go up and down, which is good. So all I have to do now is, let's see, let's put 46 in there. And again, I think what I'll do is I'll clamp them at the top. Yeah. So 45, clamped at top. Really, I think that's all I had, right? 43, 45. What is this? Yeah, this is 43. There's 43 right there. Oh, I know what I did wrong. That's why I had it flipped around, because I had notched it right there. But I'm going to do a little notching, a little bit more.
That was loud.
Oh, I forgot to. Yep. Well, my apologies for next time. All right, so there's 43, 45, and 46. I don't have a 44 yet in here, but that's okay. So now I can take this, put it over here. This can clamp here. That clamp. That clamped. See, I can throw those out of the way. But anyway, let's put the back one in. And I'm going to let go of it here. Let me get this tape off of here too. Tape was actually in the way. All right, let's put this in. It goes right there, so let me clamp it in there. I think I like these little clamps a lot better. If they were a little bit longer, it'd be perfect. See, these are actually, I think, the size I need right here. I'm gonna have to buy some more of these right here. That's actually perfect right there. It holds those two pieces perfectly. These other ones are okay too, but they just don't hold them all the way. So All right, so that's
And the
there.
fun thing is, you can get them at Walmart, Staples, and just about everywhere.
I need to go get a USB to USB-C adapter. That's what I need to do.
Maybe Amazon can send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
Well, no, I'm just saying I need to get it done. Okay, so this one needs to go here, which is 45. Yep. There's 46. Here, let me put 45 in there. I probably should have put 46 first before 43. Let's see. Yeah, I should have done that. Because it has to slide up for the back in. And then it's got plenty of space. There we go. All right. And here's this one. This is 48. 48 goes right there. There's 48. Now, with this in place, if I had the hinges, maybe that's what that's what I need to do next is work on those hinges. Because I can change this angle back like that without any problems. But that needs to go about right there like that. And it's okay. It'll stay there like that.
Now, is this the top part or the bottom part?
This is the top here. This is the aft deck. This is the bottom. The planks will go like that here in a second, up like that. So it's basically those right there in the back. Hold on, let me find a better picture of what I'm showing you, and then I'm going to call it quits. But I think that's really good that it turned out that way.
Well, I like it now because I see some progress.
Yes.
Because you're putting it together. That's good.
Yes. Yeah. And once I get these set up like this, see, this is nice and level. This is all to, I don't want to say to specs, but as close to it as possible, you know? So this will be there like this. I wonder why it won't sit. Oh, I know why it won't sit, because this is holding it, but it'll be like that, okay? When the hinges are there, it'll just sit there like that. So now I think I need to work on the hinges to where I can at least make sure this is good, and then I can fill in ribs as I need to. Especially back in this area here, which will be the back of the boat. Let me look at some drawings. I thought I did this. Let's see. Desktop. Quick access. Lady Washington. Will you have some time here a little bit, sis, or do you need to go work, or? Because I'm going to sit down and watch TV and maybe get on AC or something.
I will be getting ready for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
What's that?
All work and no play. So
Makes a great life.
yeah, it does. It does. So right. Um, but I like all play and no work better. What am I trying to find? See, this is kind of how it'll look in the back. It'll have this thing, and then all of a sudden it'll bloop.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's nice.
Um, there is. See, this one doesn't show it. This shows the front more than anything else. That'll be what we'll look at when we go work on the front. Um, Again, front. I wish I had a good picture of her. See, that's her out of the water right there. But again, that's not what I'm looking for.
It certainly is a project, that's for sure.
It is. It's as much as building a ship. This is what I'm trying to imitate right here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to imitate. So I guess at some point I'm going to have to figure out where that top line is that you're seeing there. And that's where I'm going to put the back portion of it, as you can see there. But you can see the ribs like they're coming up and stuff, right? Because that's it's really not. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it's got that square in there, but anyway, it's what it's got, and it almost makes me think that it needs to go down more, but I don't think so. I think it'll be okay. So I don't know. I do not know. I'm not a shipbuilder, but I sure have had a lot of fun, making ships. I mean, and making ribs. This is what it originally looked like, by the way, right there. That was the first iteration of it. So
I think what you have now looks better.
Yeah, and I cut all these ribs. That was cut on CNC, by the way. Yeah, and here were some of the cuts. I don't remember if I cut these on the CNC or if I cut these with the scroll saw, but those are some of the first few cuts. And anyway, you see this one here? See that one there? Right? Look at this. She's not done yet. You see it?
Yes, they're twins.
They're twins. Actually, I need to work on the brown a little more. It's not quite the same brown.
Well, it's also the lighting and also the camera and all that. So.
And that first brown wasn't what I wanted. The front part is more of the brown, and it's a little darker anyway. But
yeah.
I may just go ahead and mix a lighter brown and just apply it to everything. But anyway,
to put some makeup on her, okay?
Yeah, and
look good.
And I still have to do her eyelashes and her eyes and her lips but anyway, for now that's as good as
ruby lips and her chubby hips.
Right. All right. Well. Let me see if I can figure out.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, sis.
I still have to eat.
Thank you for being here. You have a great and thank you, Berkeley.
Yeah, that's Berkeley.
Hey, Berkeley.
Oh my gosh, he
Hey,
wants
Berkeley.
to eat. So goodbye.
Berkeley
Good
wants
night.
to go. Well, you take Berkeley and you get him some foodage, okay?
Yes, we're all going to get footage now. They are hungry and so am I. All right. Well,
All right.
bye everybody. It's good seeing everybody. Thank you for coming to Kilroy's Shipbuilding 101.
Well, yeah, it's just my fun time.
All right, bro. See you later.
All right, see you later. So thank you, Jim, for stopping by. Thank you, Greg. Really appreciate it. I believe that Paul was here and Chris. I really appreciate you guys stopping by, guys. Thank you so much. And anyway, with that, I just want to say, oh, can I do this way? Yeah. No matter what you do, guys. Oh, where is it? Do it just for fun. Ciao.